continue. So, Quran 42:13. Allah has laid down for you the same deen or way of life and belief, political system, which He had commanded to Noah, and which we have enjoined, enjoined is an injunction, a legal command, upon you, and which we have bequeathed to Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, so that they should establish the religion, which is Islam, and not be divided amongst themselves. Obviously, here's the claim that all of these foregoing prophets of the Bible were Muslims. It is obligatory.
124,000 apparently, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And of course, they must have gotten shorter over time, because remember, with Adam, they started at about 30 something meters tall, and now we ended up today. And of course, Adam is buried next to the Kaaba. So where is his 30-meter long skeleton? Along with 300 buried prophets.
Yeah, exactly. Which apparently went everywhere, to every land, and spoke in those people's languages. So from the Amazon to the Aborigines, where are their prophets?
And they're buried next to the Kaaba, 300 of them. And okay, fine. Just dig them up, please.
Let us dig, yeah.
So now, according to Al-Shar'ani, we saw him earlier, the Tabakat of Shar'ani, and he's a very important figure in the development of the Sharia. It is obligatory to act according to the Sharia of the Prophet of Muhammad, and to abstain from that which was abrogated from the Sharia of Jesus. Wow. So they believe that the Sharia, the law of Jesus, was abrogated. Understand? So Muslims are always trying to tell Christians, you are lawless because you don't follow the law. The problem is that Islam is a religion of law. It has a full legal system. Judaism, at least old Judaism, was a religion, or is a religion of law. But of course, if you go to Israel, they're not following the law of Moses. They're maybe in a religious sense, maybe in a ceremonial sense, but not in a legal sense. They have a secular legal system. You look at Western countries, they have secular legal systems. Correct. Christianity is not a religion of law. It has purely the ceremonial law, right? So, or moral law. But this is not law that is binding in a secular term, in a civil sense. So there's no civil law. Islam has civil law. And in fact, Islam makes no distinction between civil law, ceremonial law, and moral law.
And Lloyd, I think this point that you've just mentioned is the point that needs to be hammered home, because this shows you how, like these countries that obviously were former Christian countries have managed to embrace like Enlightenment values and secularist values and kind of come to where they are now. And we see the fruition of that. But in countries that we see that are battling, they're trying to progress, but they just carry on taking steps backwards. Countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, all of these countries that are trying to hold on to their Islamic identity. And what that means in a like governmental legislative sense is that you have to employ Sharia at some level, right? To kind of thump your chest, because otherwise, where is it all gone? What's the whole purpose of Islam? Sharia is integral. It's only the countries that we see that are kind of allowing Sharia to become more and more kind of just B-tech, take like backseat roles when it comes to like legislation and punishment and all of that they are actually progressing. Otherwise, you are stuck in a constant battle between very, very archaic, stringent, both civil and criminal laws, and in a world which is just moving towards modernity and progression. And you'll always be at the bottom of the barrel. Yet, like countries like Pakistan, we have prime ministers like Imran Khan who are hell-bent on maintaining that identity, which includes part and parcel Sharia law in that at some level, or anyway what Sharia implies in terms of a very conservative society. And then you constantly are battling with secularism and Enlightenment values because Sharia fundamentally contradicts that. So it's insanely problematic. And I think that's a very, very, very good point that you brought up, is in Christianity has laws, but it's more of a moral set of laws that doesn't trickle down into the civil sphere, or if it ever did, that was kind of cut out and managed to be separated.
Well, it informs, like your morality informs your legal system. This is normal.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. Right? We don't chop off hands. We don't chop off heads.
Yeah.
Right? We don't stone people to death, because your morality does inform your legal system. So that morality informs the legal system, whereas clearly Islamic morality informs its legal system.